Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, and I'm here in another video to talk about power conduits. In my last video, I said that I had finished everything and that I hadn't forgotten a single thing. And then a viewer commented, well, what about conduits? And I'm like, oh yeah, conduits. So let's talk a little bit about conduits. I built this little structure with the warehouse tiles, and on the inside, I wired up a series of different experiments just to demonstrate how conduits work. So as you can see, these conduits appear to look just like pipes, like water pipes. But instead of piping water, they pipe electricity. And you can't actually connect a wire to the ends of these conduits. So for example, there, I've got the conduit selected and I have no option to attach a wire. And that's because to power an item, to pass electricity through the conduits, you have to connect another conduit, with the exception of these junction conduits that actually have a wire attachment on it. So the power comes through the conduit and into the junction, and then you can wire to an item like this. I'm wired to this poster, and then the power goes on its way. Now let me show you what this looks like from around back. There we go. It's a little lighter out here. I have a generator right here attached to this. This revolutionizes the way that you can power a house using Fallout 4. And the reason I say that is because of this piece. This is a conduit wall pass-through piece. And the way it works is you just kind of push it into the wall, and the game allows you to place it like that. I didn't use any mods to get it there. The game naturally allows you to push it through the wall, and you've got this junction on the outside that you can then wire to your power source, and then on the inside you've got a nice conduit that you can use to send electricity in any number of directions. Now this is the extra tall one, and you can see that it reaches from floor to ceiling inside the new warehouse tile set. But they also come with a shorter one for older tile sets. So here's the concrete tile set that came with Wasteland Workshop. And as you can see, this one also goes from floor to ceiling. And that's because I'm using the shorter one that came with Contraptions Workshop. And just like with the warehouse tile set, you can just push it right through the wall and it sticks out the back. So super cool. Now, let me show off a few more pieces. As I said a moment ago, the only way to connect the conduits and to have electricity pass through them is to connect each of the pipes to another pipe, with the exception of this one that actually comes with a conduit that you can snap a wire to. So as you can see from here, the electricity is coming in through the wall and it's going up and it's going down. Let's go down real quick. So using the different pipes, I'm able to divert it this way. Now this is really cool. This is a ground-mounted a lighted diverter. So as you can see, it'll divert electricity in 3 other directions. The electricity comes in one and goes out in 3 directions, but it also has a light attached to it. Now let's follow this way, and this leads us to a conduit switch. This also diverts electricity, but I have it turned on. Let's turn it off. And this light goes ahead and turns off. So anything that's connected to this conduit will turn off when the switch is triggered. So the electricity comes in through here, and if it's on, it goes out through this side, and it goes out through this side. But if turned off, both of those will turn off. Now let's follow this around. So this is just a conduit junction. It doesn't emit electricity. It just sends it in a couple of different directions. And then I finish the piping by taking it up and wrapping it around. And I'm doing this just to demonstrate the versatility of all of the different conduit pipes that you can build. I'm curving up, and then I'm curving up in a short curve, but then this curves into a wide curve, almost to make a circle, and you can go in any number of directions. So you can really pipe the inside of your structure and make it not look ugly. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. So going back to this one, it goes to the top and then it comes through here. But you see how these lamps are not activated? These lamps are not turned on. but this lamp is turned on. And the reason for that is just like wires themselves do not emit electricity, they only convey electricity. The conveyor pipes do not emit electricity. They only convey electricity. So even though I have a pipe going down this entire wall that conveys electricity, these lights are not lighting up because there's no emitter of electricity nearby. That's why Bethesda gave us these pieces right here. These are called power radiators, and they work kind of like the conduits that we're familiar with vanilla Fallout 4 in that they radiate an electric signal that other devices can connect to. They take power from the conduits that are piped to it, and then they radiate power out invisibly, kind of like Wi-Fi, to anything nearby that can catch it, like this lamp. And it basically goes out in an invisible orb, a three-dimensional orb. So you can move this and watch it turn off right about there. See, it's no longer emitting light. That's about where the orb stops, but then I can place it anywhere in here, working just like basic conduits that we should all be familiar with from the game. So that emits electricity. So it's a very flexible tool set. I want to talk about one more thing before I end. There's a huge bug with conduits, and it has to do with these ceiling-mounted lights. So as you can see, the light is on the bottom of this conduit four-way diverter. So you would think that you would be able to put it on the ceiling. It's designed for fixing the ceilings. But no, the snap point is completely wrong, and it snaps to the floor. So to get around this, what you need to do is you basically need to pipe in your electricity using the conduits to where you want the light to be. So let's say I wanted it in the center of the room. I would pipe it to the center of the room first, and then the conduit will snap to it like so, and it works. So it doesn't snap to the ceiling, but you can get around that by simply putting your pipes through and then snapping it to the pipe. Now I thought I would be clever and try and find a way to really conceal the pipes. So I built this platform and I started piping in all of the conduits right around the edge where the walls snap. And I thought that I would be able to snap walls on top of it, but I was sadly mistaken. So you take one of the walls right here, and you can snap to unoccupied edges, but try and snap. Yeah, see, that's not working. And I've tried it with every single kind of wall type. We can even try it with the concrete walls. And no, you can't snap inside, you can't snap outside. The idea I had was to build the conduits first and then build the walls on top of them to kind of hide the conduits inside the walls, but sadly they do collide and you can't hide them that way. Really the only one that doesn't have collision is this one, the wall pass through, because that's what it's designed to do. So if you do choose to use the conduits, they will be visible on the inside of your home unless you use a mod to kind of push them out of sight, out of mind, or use the rug glitch or some other method to conceal them. So there you have it. That's how conduits work in the new Contraptions downloadable content for Fallout 4. I hope this video was useful. I tried to cover every single scenario I could think of, but I'm sure that you guys can think of far more than I was able to. So please let me know in the comments below if you've got an idea that I should cover for an upcoming video, and please subscribe for more Fallout 4 and Contraptions content. Your subscriptions keep this channel alive. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.